Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at the idea of comparing themes. You've probably already know what theme means. Theme means that the lesson that the author or writer wants the reader to learn. What is the message that the author is trying to convey? But when you compare themes, it's a little bit different than that because you are looking at two or more reading texts and you're thinking about what theme do they both teach that is the same? Well, we're going to make that easy today, and today we will take a look at that. Let's take a look at comparing themes. A theme is a lesson that an author wants a reader to learn from a reading passage. Sometimes more than one passage can have the same theme. A theme is sometimes called a lesson. So you may have two stories that are completely different, but they still have the same big idea, the same theme. So what you want to do is you want to take a look and see what is the theme that both of them are teaching. And oftentimes the writer wants you to look at how do they both go about teaching this same theme. Let's take a look at an example. So here you see two passages. You see passage 1 that has a 1 in the corner as well as passage 2. And both of these are on just one task card. And then you see the question down there at the very bottom. Peter picked up the baseball bat and immediately put it back down. He could never be a star baseball player like his brother Robert. For weeks he had practiced his swing, but no amount of practice could change the fact that Peter was just not good at baseball. He sat and drew the picture of the bat. The slope curve was drawn perfectly. Peter knew that he was an excellent artist. He smiled and realized both he and his brother were special in different ways. So that's the first passage. Now let's take a look at the second one. Fig Tree gazed up at mighty Oak Tree, who towered above the plants. Fig sighed as he looked at his small branches. He wished that he were as grand as oaks. A worker came by to gather some of Fig Tree's fallen branches. That is when Fig Tree realized how helpful his small branches were for basket making. So I want you to think about the theme and compare how the authors convey it. So if you take a look at these stories, they are completely different from each other. One seems more like realistic fiction in which you have a person that's there with a baseball bat, but then he also knows that he's really good at art. And then you have a character named Fig Tree, and then you have another character named Mighty Oak Tree, and you could tell that they are both plants. So you can tell that it's a fantasy because we know that plants can't talk in real life. And when you look at them, they both realize that they're special in their own way, even though they are not like someone else. So what is the author trying to teach? The author is trying to teach the idea that you can be special in your own way, even if you're not like someone else. So both were taught in different ways. One was taught with Peter realizing that he was really good in art, and it's okay if he was not as good in baseball as his brother. Then we also looked over at Fig Tree. Fig Tree realized that it was okay to be small. He did not have to be as large as Oak Tree. So if you like this resource, you can take a look at more. Click the link at the very bottom and you will see a link to task cards in which you'll see a complete set, and you'll also find a printable box for storing these cards too. Thank you very much for stopping on by. I encourage you to click the like button and also subscribe. Thanks again.